What's in that?
You want me? Oh, we just talk.
Yeah. All right.
Welcome to B-SideRadio and Mo again.
Welcome back.
Welcome back.
We got me and Marcos here. We're about to get down on a couple of subjects that might be touchy to some.
Oh, let me clarify what this is first, man. When I do this, it's an old Kemetic sign. It's not a gang sign, none of that. You know, respect to all the tribes we got out there. But this means it's a Kemetic sign, our old Egyptian sign. Kemet is the name that was before Egypt. So when we was running things back then, we used this sign. It's a sign of approval. It's a sign of one love and peace. It's Kemetic. So you can Google that if you like. B-Side Radio, just drop a little knowledge
That's right.
for you. In the back, we got some King Tub, dub style. All you cats that don't know about that, research dub reggae. You get this nice little vibe, conversation pieces all over the place, man. It's real nice.
So one of the things that we have been kind of dabbing back and forth about is, what type of subject matter we want to touch on B-Side Radio. Now, it is pretty obvious that I'm black and he's black. So naturally, please take no offense if you're not included into this conversation, because the reason we're having these conversations is because these are conversations about things that affect us directly. But we want to be very inclusive to all that want to participate. So I just want you to understand that some of the things that we will talk about is not to be offensive to anyone. It's just more so because we are part of the black community. And as far as I'm concerned, I mean, until they stop using terms like Afro-American and Italian American. Oh, they don't really say that much. We're pretty much the only ones that they define by our color. So, until we can get that part resolved, I mean, we have to deal with the issues in our communities. So
that's fine though. They can look at us as black, man, because we have to ask ourselves, what is black? Black is a characteristic of the universe. Black is what everything comes out of.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? The perfect black is what we used to study back in the day.
That's right. It's the presence of all.
All and everything comes from the black.
I mean, and like I said, we're not here to offend anybody, but I mean, I'm more here to talk about how our music has affected our black community. I mean, you got to remember that at one time, James Brown said, "Say it loud. I'm black and I'm proud," right? And everybody listened. Another time, Marvin said, "What's going on?" And everybody looked up and asked the same question. What's going on? And that's the question I'm actually asking today. Why is it that our community is marginalized in the way in which it's been marginalized? I mean, we are allowed to be gentrified. I've never seen a white community gentrified. And so I've noticed that typically when gentrification occurs, all of your gathering spots such as restaurants, bars, nightclubs that play music are the first to go. And then the gentrification process is quite simple because there's no place for our energies to coalesce. And basically...
Well, that's what they know. They know the science of the music. There's a science to the music, man.
Yes.
Music does something to the human body, the human brain. And some people are aware of that.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So, like, when the slaves first got to this North America, the slaves, I'm not saying black people.
We were already here.
Okay. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, so.
I'm saying when the slaves got here, they took their drum away from them. Because the drum was a form of communication for those people. So, I mean, they kind of already knew the science before they even attempted this Arab-type slavery.
Yeah, I mean, the fact of the matter is that, until we are able to accept...
That's that drum.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Until we're able to accept the fact that, first off, a lot of our history, most of our history has been washed away, and rearranged to make it seem as if we've been this docile creature or we've been this violent creature or whatever narrative they want to create for us, depending on the scene or the setting or the times. I can tell you one thing though, as a black father with 2 black children and their black wife in there, I just don't want my children's world to be worse than the world that I'm in right now. Because the one thing I can say, and the reason I said early on in this conversation, is I don't want to marginalize any race of people, because I got to show a sign of power to my people in Seattle, my people in Portland, and most of those people on that street do not look anything like me.
That's right, because they see the bigger picture, man. They see the powers that be. This is an experiment, man. They're trying to normalize the police state.
Yes, very
That's
true.
what they're trying to do. And people are finally realizing that they are the new nigga in America. They always been niggas.
Right.
But they try to put this little blanket over it. Oh, you know, it's the black man keeping you down, it's the Mexican can keep you down and all that. Look, when it comes to shove, if you ain't got the money, you a nigga too. They don't care what, they don't care about your color, your skin, none of that. You don't believe me, you can look online and there's plenty of videos of police beating white folks just like they beating black folks.
And the fact of the matter is,
spraying them, macing them, all that. So y'all in the same boat that we are. So if you need to be out there with us, because if you ain't got no money.
Which brings me to my next artist. I'm going to play a song. Alexis, play Public Enemy, Fight the Power.
Oh.
Getting that from YouTube.
Fighting the power, and we're going to stay on the same context as the black family.
We want you to remember to subscribe, follow, and share. And what is that button called?
The alarm alert button.
The alert, alert, alert. Alert, alert, alert.
Alarm, alert.
So I just want y'all to understand one thing.
Subscribe, hit it.
You can be
sharing, swipe.
You can be foolish. You can be docile. You can be in any number of things. But the one thing that you will realize over time is that once you have children, you will fight a rhinoceros head on. You'll fight a lion, a tiger, or a bear, to make sure that you protect the essence of those children. And I'm telling you right now, the mass media is punching all kinds of negative connotations into their heads to make them make decisions that the normal path of life would never have put in front of them.
And I want to say, this is from a black father. And there are many black fathers out there. And don't believe what the media says, that the black father's always gone, he's dead, or he's in jail. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of positive black fathers out there. B-SideRadio is one of the elements that's going to bring that awareness back to the community. You know what I'm saying? Because these people right here, I'm not a black father, but I look at the world as my children, you know what I'm saying? So.
Well, you're a black father, because I've already said this on numerous occasions. I mean, this is a community. I mean, all I know is this.
To raise a child.
It takes a village to raise the children. And the thing is that these are my brothers, my children. I've known you guys forever. And the fact of the matter is, both of you watch my children grow up. And the one thing about my children that these guys know is that my children are full of music every day, all the time, constantly. I will play music just so that I can wash out the negative sounds that they hear throughout their normal day and a normal life of a 5-year-old and an 8-year-old kid.
Not only that, you are also contradicting what the constant narrative of the media, of the negative image of a black man. You know what I'm saying? They see a positive black man every day, and people around you see a positive black man every day. And it contradicts what they constantly getting from the media. He's not there, he's in jail, you know what I'm saying? Baby, daddy, all that crap. White man shit. It's all designed to get the masses to think like an old white man. And we all have that in us. You know, we all think like an old white man in some way, form, or fashion. And I know there's people out there, I don't do that. But if you sit back and do a little introspection, yes, you do think like an old white man in some way, form, or fashion. And that's the mental slavery we all have to break. You know what I'm saying? But
I mean, you know.
You being a black father is, I'm trying to stay on content, it unifies, it brings to reality something that's actually here and not in this Hollywood, which is a whole other subject.
Well, the thing is that if you set back, I'm not going to name the shows because I'm just not going to.
Yeah, what happened to the Cosby Show? That was the last thing last show I seen was a positive black male figure.
I mean,
it was the Cosby Show. I know James Evans. He was before that.
Yes.
But you can count on one hand, bro. And how many negative stereotype black people?
Well, that's all that you have.
Exactly.
But my point being is that the definition of the family has been changed. And I'm not going to go any further into depth. I'm just going to say this, is that there are shows that are on your television right now that if your children watch or catch a glimpse of it, you know, they're now young people questioning what the path is supposed to be. You as a parent, it's your job to give them that path, and it's not the job of the media or anybody else to raise my children. I'm gonna raise my children on my own, and I'm gonna limit what they can listen to. Don't be offended if I don't like your music. Don't be offended if I don't like the show.
But the key word is the mainstream is a constant, man.
Yes.
You see it everywhere. It's not just on TV.
I mean,
it's in subliminal messages all over the place. You know what I'm saying?
That's very true.
All over the place. So we as black men, we have to be constantly portraying that image of how we should be.
Well, I mean, the thing is this, is that
that'll at least balance this BS out.
Well, the thing is it's difficult to balance the BS when the scale has more money on one side than the other. And the money is the part of the problem when it comes to the imagery, because there's a lot of people that are in positions of power. I mean, there is nothing more that I would love to do than to be a successful writer, filmmaker, get my projects done, but understand one thing. Back in the day, if I was a black filmmaker, what they were going to give me was if I did a blaxploitation movie,
exactly,
I could get it up.
That's the program.
I could do.
A lot of cats be selling out doing that.
Yeah, but the thing is that
payday.
I don't criticize them, because the thing is that at the time, a lot of those doors, had they not done the blaxploitation type film, they wouldn't have got through the door.
I did an article, and you know when I did it, I did a photo shoot, and they wanted me to pose with like 2 women. And it was like, the article was the black player. You know what I'm saying? And I was thinking to myself, should I do that? Should I propagate this? I have to deal with that my whole life when it comes to like women and all that. I have to deal with this stereotype. Oh, he's got all these women and all this.
Well, that's just,
but that's got a lot to do with the program.
I want to make sure that I get this in. I need these people to do me a favor. Only because if you like the content that you're hearing, I think that it's important that I continue to say this, because I never know who's the new viewer. So please subscribe, follow,
like,
and share. Please do that.
And we get that Cash App, it's gonna be Share and Swipe up in the house.
Isn't that some girl's name?
We want you to share and swipe.
Didn't you date a girl named Sharon?